Hello, hello. This is Robin Sampson with BibleJournalLove.com. Today you're going to watch me Bible journal digitally in a Bible template. This is a Bible background that's in the Exodus class. It's actually, if you're looking for it, I think it's in the Moses Call folder. I've already loaded my images that I want to use in the photo bin, so we're ready to go. All I have to do is go grab the Bible verse, and we're going to use Exodus 32. And I just cut and paste from Bible Gateway. And I can use any version I want. I'm happen to be using the ESV version. And I like to use Helvetica Regular and bold the titles. If you want to look for something and you don't want this to pop up, you can select it like that and then scroll. And if you do it while you have something selected, you can watch it change. I'm going in and out, zooming in and out, using Command plus or Command minus on a Mac, Control plus or Control minus on a PC. The amazing thing about this story is that the Israelites had only waited 6 weeks. They had heard the audible voice of God telling them not to make an idol, is when they got the commands, and they heard God's voice 6 weeks earlier. And now here they are making an idol. That's why Moses called it a great sin, because they had already experienced the power and mercy of God, the judgments, all the plagues against Israel, and the deliverance of the Red Sea. They'd already walked through the Red Sea. And now they're following a pillar of cloud and a pillar of fire out in the wilderness, and they rebel against God. Even more amazing is how much mercy and grace God had, that He gave us a way to atone for those sins. So now I'm going to add the shattered tablets as a reminder that Moses came down upset and broke the covenant by slamming the tablets down on the ground. And I want to add a verse to that too, about that action. And we'll put Moses up here at the top. The flowers I put in here are from a previous kit in Exodus, but this is all from the Exodus era kit. The mountains can go in the background. It's a mountains, these mountains are a chipboard, but that's okay because I'm going to fade them. I'm going to use this blending mode to put them in the background as an overlay. Maybe I'll use multiply to have some color. And then we'll bring down the opacity. And that gives it a nice background. The sin of the golden calf resulted in 3,000 people being killed. So there are consequences to sin. Do you know, later on, in another lesson we'll cover it, Aaron's sons were killed for not worshiping God properly, for doing it on his own, in his own way. I'm going to lock the text and the background so I don't move it. I really like this blendable, it's called. The biggest lesson for me in Exodus 32 is patience, that they did not wait on God, that they tried to do it their own way, and their own way resulted in 3,000 people dying and God being upset. So patience, waiting patiently on God. trusting Him to do what He says He'll do. I had a friend call me this morning, and she had lost her temper with another friend, and she was so hurt because she hurt God and she hurt her friend, and she felt so bad. And you know what? She's working on it. And we have to be patient with ourselves. It tells us in Colossians, we must be patient that we will walk worthy of the Lord unto all pleasing, being fruitful in every good work and increasing in the knowledge of God. And that's how we become more patient, by increasing in the knowledge of God. The more time you spend with Him, the more fruit of the Spirit will be shown in your life. If you're having trouble in that area, memorize Colossians 1:10. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to show you something to do with this frame. I'm going to show you how you can make a background or a mat. Go to the draw and then the shape and select rectangle. Or this blue. Let's try that blue, a cayenne. Make a little background for that. So we can put a verse there. Let me try another color. Let's grab the verse here. Make sure you hold the Shift key if you're working in anything but 2019. If you're working in 2019, you don't have to hold the Shift key, which is really nice. Took me a while to get used to it, but I like it. So we have a verse there. Moses here. We can put another verse here. It's nice that we already have a background that we didn't have to build and paint, because that takes a long time. Although I enjoy it, it's nice to sometimes have one already made. That's why I added several to the store, because I like having them ready. And that's chipboard too, so we might put a small drop shadow on it. And then let's use some of these flowers. I'm going to make a cluster here, and if you'd like to make clusters or learn how to make them, I took a class that helped me tremendously, and I can leave a link for the class in the Facebook group. Before I go any further, I better fix this text. Or I will forget. Because I squished it in a little bit, I need to get some of this text and move it to the other column. You know, these Israelites really complained a lot, and underneath complaining is a bad attitude. So I guess we shouldn't be surprised that they couldn't wait 40 days for Moses to come back, that they automatically tried to start their own religion with this golden calf, and they were so determined that they convinced Aaron to help them with it. That also just blows me away. But anyway, they had a bad attitude. And now I lock them both. Holding the Shift key and using the bounding box to make these smaller. And I'll stagger them a little to make a small cluster. And I got that disproportion, I'm fixing it. And you know what? I don't think I loaded any washi tape. So let me go grab some washi tape. And while I'm in here, I wanted to show you, don't forget that you have all these other backgrounds in your Exodus kit. Look how many you have that you could be using, and you can mix and match them. And then all these elements in the other kits, they all match the same colors, with one exception. The tabernacle were different colors because we used the tabernacle colors. But all the other ones, the commandments. See, there's a torn strip. I'm going to go grab that. I forgot we had that. By the time you finish the Exodus lesson, you will have about 50 different backgrounds and well over 300 elements that you can use over and over in any Bible journaling, in your Bible or in a notebook. So I grabbed a few more elements that I may use, and I want to grab that torn paper to add to this cluster. And look, no mess, no glue, no scissors, no cutting, no pasting, no paint. I'm going to copy and paste this one verse. I have to unlock it. And it said, Moses' anger burned hot, and he threw the tablets out of the hand and broke them at the foot of the mountain. I'm copying that. I'm going to lock that back again. I'm going to put that above these broken tablets. Use my text tool to draw a text box. Now I'm going to center. And I take out the punctuation and I just break everything where it usually would be punctuated so it makes sense. At the foot of the mountain. Now we'll choose a font that will fit this page. I'd like to try something that looks good chiseled because we're working on a page with the Ten Commandments, so I'd like something that has a chiseled look to it. And what we'll need to do is add a bevel to get that look. And you have a style under the bevel button that we'll get in just as soon as I finish fixing the text to fit in this area. And you have to do that all the time because all the fonts come up different sizes. So you can't just decide, oh, 30 is a good number because 30. Now we need to click on the Styles button, which is down on the bottom next to the Layers button, and then go up to the top and scroll until you find the bevel. And we're going to look at the different bevels to find the chiseled look and just play with them. Try them each time that you want to do font and see which ones you like. And that's the look that I wanted, the chiseled look. I like to go back and get the mountains to show a little bit more, and I think I'm going to remove that overlay because of the mountains. It's a little bit too much. So let me go make my mountains a little bit better seen. Yeah, I like that better. And see, you can still read the Bible through it. So that's fine. And then the pine tree goes with the pine. You know what I'm going to do with this mountain? It's starting to bug me that it has that line on the bottom. So let me teach you how to do something. I'm going to edit this mountain. We're going to use the eraser tool. First, we have to simplify the mountain. And then something, this is a little trick that I learned a long time ago. Before I do anything, I click Command J to duplicate the mountain, and I hide the first one in case I mess it up. And my eraser is pretty small, so there's two ways that I could change the size. I can go down here to size and make it bigger, or I can use the bracket, Command bracket, right bracket to make it bigger, and Command left bracket to make it smaller. And I'm going to erase the bottom of this mountain because it's a chipboard and it looks real nice on a page, but we're using it as a background, so the chipboard part doesn't work too well. Let me move this Exodus tag. I'm going to group it, Command G to group it, Control G on a PC, go back to the layer of the mountain, go back to the eraser. And because it's faded, it won't make a huge difference. But another thing you can do is remove some of the opacity. See, I removed the opacity down a little bit, so it's not such a sharp line. Well, I need more opacity to remove this line. And you could use another brush, like a watercolor brush with an edge on it, to give it a jaggedy edge, but we don't have to do all that because it's going to be so faded in the background you won't be able to tell. See how much better that is? Okay, so now I taught you how to erase an element. Now let's put that down a little further there. Now I'm happy. That was bugging me. Okay, so you could put washi tape or another cluster up on top. I know we have several in here, but we don't want to get it too gunked up. This is a nice cluster, but I think it's going to be too much. Let me show you what you can do in case we wanted to use it to go the other way. We can go to Image, Transform, Rotate, Image Rotate, Flip Horizontal. And now you could go the other way. I'm not going to use it, but I just wanted to show you that you could do that. I think that's all we need there. But I really like this little butterfly, so I'm going to throw it up here in the corner. And then we could put the title Golden Calf. Or we could just put the title Exodus 32 here and fit it into the butterfly and remove that other Exodus 32. When I bring something in, it goes to the middle of the page like that. It goes to the middle of the layers. And to pull it up, I hit Shift, Command, right bracket, and that takes it to the very top. And I usually keep it there until I'm done working with it. So I'm going to remove that because it's not necessary. Group and contents. And I never did get that washi tape. I got sidetracked. So let's see, where's some washi? It's not the one I want. Okay. And I think this page turned out really nice. I'm very pleased with it. I say that, and then usually before I put it back online for you guys to see, I'll do another tweak. And we walk by faith, not by sight. They should have waited. They didn't wait for the 40 days for Moses to come back down, and they made the golden calf. So you might want to put a golden calf on this page too. But anyway, I think I'm about done. So I hope this helps you. If you have any questions, let me know in the Facebook group. Bye-bye for now.